All right. Well, maybe this is rock bottom. Maybe Bob Melvin was kidding a couple of weeks ago when he said, well, maybe this is rock bottom. There's no such thing in baseball. That's what I said at the time. There's no such thing as rock bottom in baseball. Look at the 2021 Padres. I can't hear you because you're on mute.
It can always get worse.
It can always get worse. And tonight is a perfect example. You lose to Drey Jameson, and we predicted this, obviously, if you've watched the wrap-up show or listened to John and Jim. This is all too predictable. Just listen to this one stat and we'll get going. Listen to this one stat and we'll get going. 2 rookie pitchers have gone 7 innings of shutout baseball this year in their major league debuts. They have both been Diamondbacks against the Padres this month. 2 dudes in baseball have made major league debuts this year and gone 7+ innings of shutout baseball. They've both been D-backs against the Padres. John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show, and settle in. I mean, we're not gonna be terribly kind here tonight. Padres lose 4-0 to the Diamondbacks. Their lead is down to a game and a half for the final wild card spot. They look lethargic. One team looked like they're trying to play their way in. That was Arizona here tonight. So John and Jim with you. Please subscribe. Please smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Please consider becoming a member by clicking the join button down below. If you want to make sure we get your comment here tonight, hit the $ in the chat box. We'll get to all of the supers here tonight. It is a great way to support this channel. Jim, I'll let you have the floor. I would just say that this is all too predictable. We were joking, but we weren't joking. You know, I said I'd kill this team if this guy went 6 innings, 1 run. He went 7 scoreless innings, and he had a 10 ERA in his last 3 starts in AAA. He had a 7 ERA for the year in AAA, and this is just it's another night where we come on the air, and this has happened a lot in the second half, and you say it's an embarrassing loss. And that's exactly what tonight was.
Pathetic is the first word that comes to mind. Embarrassing is the second. A flat-out joke is a third. I mean, you can go on and on. You're right. You watch this team tonight, and especially in the 9th inning, these guys,
they got plans. They're going out.
You're done. We're done. We're going somewhere else. We got nice I want to go check my fantasy football team. You know, whatever. Like,
I want to see that Chiefs game.
Complete checkout of this team tonight. 100%. I don't care what anybody else says. This team tonight, flat out, just gave up. Done. Down 2-0. Done. As soon as Martinez gave up that home run in the 7th, you saw Manny just bend over. He knew. Done. Over. Check out. White flag. We're done here. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. If this team wants to go to the postseason, it would be smart to try to, I don't know, not act like you don't give a fuck. These at-bats tonight were, I don't give a fuck at-bats. A lot of them were. How many times tonight did players on the team look at strike 3? Especially, I'm talking to you, Trent Grisham.
No, Trent Grisham twice.
Juan Soto, I mean, this is it's embarrassing. It really is. I mean, you obviously don't have a choice to who you're traded to, but I mean, maybe show like a little more fight. Maybe go out there and have a 12 pitch at bat and get a base hit. Instead of looking at strike 3 all the time, grounding out to second, grounding dribblers to the pitcher, popping up to second. I mean, hell, Shaman. We said last night, would you take Shaman and I 4 innings, 2 runs? And we're like, exactly. Yeah, we would.
He was fine.
Shaman was fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
It was
Could have been worse. Could have been better.
We talked about a lot today. We were on with Darnay on Fire Podcast on John and Jim today, and we're like, what is the biggest thing that this team will need to do down the stretch to make the postseason? We talked about pitching. We talked about certain players. Fuck it, dude. It's the offense, man. It is 100% the offense. No question about it. The only way this team makes the postseason, if they get their head out of their fucking asses and start hitting the fucking baseball. That's it. If they don't do that, they're going to have another embarrassing ending to their season. And it's going to be another year where the Padres are a laughingstock of baseball because you acquired all this talent and you can't do jack shit with it.
I will say this. I think it's well said. We're just getting started. John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. Please subscribe. Again, if you want to make sure we get your comment. If you want to support this channel, these shows that we do night in and night out as we watch potentially another collapse for a second consecutive year, you can click that $ down below in the chat box. We will get to all of the supers here tonight. I'm just looking at, I'm trying to find it. Where can I find it? Looking at Drey Jameson's day by day. So on July 24th at home against El Paso, he somehow went 5 2/3 innings and allowed 5 runs to the Chihuahuas. I mean,
The
this
Chihuahuas,
team
the
is so
fucking
the
Chihuahuas are a
AAA team.
better
This
team.
team is so disinterested. They are so disinterested. I'll say it right now. You asked me earlier, are you going to say if they lose this game, are they going to miss the playoffs? No, I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to say this right now. And I think this is the objective way to look at it, the unbiased way to look at it. I'd be surprised if the Padres made the postseason. And the reason I say that is the writing has been on the wall, not to the same degree as 2021, hence the fact, well, there's an extra playoff spot. If this was 2021, or excuse me, if this was the same playoff situation as 2021, they're cooked. They're 3 games behind the Phillies without a tiebreaker. They have the benefit of the extra playoff spot. So the writing is on the wall. I said tonight, if they played like this, the writing would be on the wall, and it is. And here's the other thing. This schedule is so daunting that no one is going to take their foot off the gas against the Padres. And what happens with the Padres is because they have no fight, they go down, they lose. They go up, they win. But they don't have fight. They have not had a lot of fight in the second half. There's been a game or two. There was Arizona at home. They trailed 5-0. That's an aberration. So I just look at the schedule, and they pulled it up on Bally Sports. But at Arizona, this is now challenging. At Colorado, Giants, Dodgers, White Sox. Who do they have when they come? St. Louis with Pujols might hit 700. This is just not a good combination. This is not a good combination. I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm telling you now, I feel as if they have a less than 50-50 chance of getting in. I know they have the tiebreaker. I know they have the game and a half lead. They're trying to kneel on the football with 7 minutes left in the game. It's a bad way to play.
It's the worst way to play. Instead of going out and taking it, they are trying to back their way in.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just hoping. They're hoping that by the end of the season, they'll be a game better than the Brewers,
right? Or even
can get. Then you get the tiebreaker because you don't have to play a play-in game. It's the more you think about it, dude. Yes, these guys care. All right, they care, but the way that this is coming off is the complete opposite. It feels like there's no fight with this team. It feels like, you watched the 9th inning tonight. That was pathetic, dude. Absolutely pathetic. Yeah, you're down 4 runs, but maybe show a little fucking fight.
Well, what about the first inning? It's the same as the first inning. They saw 10 pitches.
Yeah,
this Jameson guy threw 90 pitches in 7 innings, 12 pitches per inning. Mm-hmm. Anything. Without Drury, would they have been no hit? Did they have another hit? Did they have 2 hits in this game or more?
It's the wait, what?
How many hits do they have in this game?
4, I think.
Okay. 3? I was going to say without Drury, would they have gotten no hit? Because he had the first 2 hits.
It's just like a woe is me. Like the vibe they give off is like a woe is me. I should be better than this, but I'm not. Why isn't this working? And blah, 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 blah. Like fucking bear down, have a 12 pitch at bat, get a single.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, I'm not saying it's not that hard, but I mean, the way that this team plays a lot of times this year, and especially the last month of the season, very uninspiring, very unserious baseball. And I'm with you. I am definitely pointing towards this team ain't making the postseason right now.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I really don't. And again, I'm not putting it on Manai. How could you? It falls squarely on the offense. This Soto thing is so perplexing. I read Fangraphs. I listen to insiders. We interview people closely tied to the organization. There are no answers for this. I understand he's been streaky. I've seen the Fangraph. He's never been this bad in his career. He's never been this bad for such a prolonged period of time. Brandon Drury has more extra base hits in the last 12 games than Juan Soto, and Drury missed the last 11. But double today.
Think about that, dude.
I mean, Juan Soto is so lost. I have no hope that he turns it around. I'm not saying he's not going to run into one ball the remainder of the year. I have no hope. Jim, what you talked about today on the radio, that he hits 380 for 18 games. I have no hope he's going to hit 280 for 18 games. I hope he can avoid hitting 060 and could hit, back to his, 240 with a 340 on base with 3 home runs in the last 18 games, but that's not going to save this season. The only thing that's going to save them, there's 2 things. Milwaukee could go in the tank. It's possible. The other thing that could save them is good starting pitching. But even with that, how do you win when you don't score?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't know.
What if tonight was you, Darvish? You're not winning. When are they going to score?
Listen to this, John. This is from our buddy Ronsta on Twitter.
Yeah.
He tagged us.
I saw this earlier.
Padres offense in September collectively. Ready for this? They're hitting 205. That's 30th in all of baseball.
There's only 30 teams.
Last time I checked, there's 30 teams.
Right.
Their on-base percentage is 292, 26th. Their slugging percentage as a team, 353. That's 28th. Their OPS as a team is 645. That's 28th. Their WRC plus is 86. I think league average is 100.
Mm-hmm.
That's 27th. They have 75 hits, dead last, and they've scored 38 runs, dead last. So yeah, it's the problem with this team, and the reason why they won't make the postseason is because of this fucking offense. That's the reason why.
And then you say, well, why is the offense playing like this? Don't blame Michael Berdar.
No,
I mean, I don't know who you blame. Blame them all.
Worst.
Blame everyone.
Right. The worse this gets, the more the blame intensifies on obviously all of these players
and AJ Preller
and AJ Preller. Like this, the worse this gets, if they by the end of the weekend are the playoff spot, right? If they're a half game back or a game back of the Brewers, the blame will get louder and louder and louder toward AJ Preller. Of course, like that. I mean, we've talked about how the trades that he made, he's off the hook, right? He did his job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at some point, if it looks like this, it's hard not to also put the blame right back on him.
I know. I'm not willing yet to go fully there. I kind of want to, but I've said I wouldn't. And the
18 games left to determine this thing.
Right.
Dude.
They can win. Exactly. It's a lot of games. It's more than a tenth of their season. You know, I mean, it's more than 10% of their season. It's not nothing. It's not one game. I mean, if they play like they played last year and they go 4-14 down the stretch, then something's wrong organizationally. If they go 9-9 down the stretch, they'll probably be in it until the final day of the season.
If they go 4-14,
which would actually be 4-16 because they've now lost consecutive games.
Okay, they go 4-16, dude. Clean house, done.
I think it would have to be. I honestly do. Now, are there winners there? Like, does that mean that Soto, Machado, Tatis are primed for a big 2023? I mean, who the hell knows what the organization would look like?
If this team goes 4-14 down the stretch here, or 4-16, whatever, right?
Because they've lost 2 straight.
Yeah, you're 0% chance to make the postseason.
Correct.
If Peter Seidler doesn't absolutely clean house, I fucking give up. I give up. But that's only if they go the same.
We'll start a Diamondbacks wrap-up show, guys. So if any of you guys also have some ties to Phoenix, we'll be doing that next year.
But that's only if this team goes in the same run they did last year to end the season.
Right, which is a big if. I mean,
yes,
that's a big if.
I'm literally saying they have to have the same exact 1-100 collapse they did down the last 21 games.
Right, but they're playing the Dodgers and the Cardinals, you know, and the Rockies on the road. JD's third thing.
But yeah.
Thank you for the first super of the night. Thank you guys for the supers. Thanks for hanging out. We'll tell you about our partners coming up. If you want to make sure we get your comment, if you want to interact with this channel, if you want to support this channel on nights like tonight, please click the $sign down below. JD's third saying Padres not making playoffs, guys, don't deserve it. I don't really think they deserve it either. The rules are the rules. The CBA has opened up an additional playoff spot. If this is 2021, no chance in hell. If this is back when there was just one wild card, the season would have been over a month and a half ago when the Braves went on a run and you didn't, maybe 2 months ago. But the rules have changed. You still want to get in. If you get in, who the hell knows? Maybe Juan Soto hits a dribbler back to the mound and the pitcher misses the ball and it goes through his legs and he gets on base. So
hey,
who knows?
This quote from Bob Melvin is very telling. Darnay just posted it. He said, "It didn't even feel like we put up a fight tonight. You can't play this way, especially this time of the year.
And again, if you, I give him a lot of credit for saying that. You'd never hear Jace Tingler saying it. It doesn't make it better. It doesn't fix what happened. You and I said for a month last year they quit. Right? I literally said the team had quit. Jace Tingler wasn't willing to say that, but I could see it. And I'm glad Bob Melvin is willing to say that, because sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror. I'm talking about the 26 in the clubhouse and be like, this isn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
wake up. That is a great
splash
quote.
some
I
water
love
on
that.
your face and show up, you know?
Yeah. Like, Melvin, I hope tonight went in that clubhouse and goes, that was fucking pathetic. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. You think you're going to make the postseason? Not with that performance tonight. Fucking start planning for Cancun right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are going to play like that, fucking pack it in, because that was embarrassing. And good for him for saying that to the media. I love that.
100%. Now, the problem is the message, even through the media or through the clubhouse, is not getting through. I mean, it's not the first time he's been critical of his team. It's just not. And nothing has turned this season around in the second half. Let me get to the super here from Vector53. Vector, thank you. JD's third, thank you. Thank you guys for the supers that are coming in. We appreciate your support of the channel. He says, team body language looks bad. Mm-hmm. Had to turn it off. I remarkably didn't. I never put football on for the entire night. I watched all 9 of these horrific innings. And you are right. It was bad. The third home run, the home run allowed by Martinez, everyone puts their heads down. They put their hands on their knees.
Because it's like they knew they was over.
It was
3
already
runs,
over.
it's over.
It was over 2-0. I mean, they had no shot. But
by the way, I watched both tonight. It's possible to watch both things. I did it. NFL and baseball.
Not if you have like one TV, and not if you don't care about the Chargers.
Well, it's still possible.
I know. I'm kidding. Of course you can. Of course you can. But I watched this entire game, and that was like the biggest waste of. I don't even know how long the game was. It wasn't even that long. 240, 250.
Pretty quick game.
Yeah,
it was quick.
If not for the bottom of the 8th, when it was like a 30-minute half inning and Luis Garcia came, it was a disaster of an inning. If not for that, this would have been like a 220 game, 215. So thank you, Vector. I agree with you. Thank you again for this super as well. He says, it's looking like 2015, but we're in a playoff hunt. I mean, is it even a playoff hunt? Again, if this is 2015, they wouldn't, because there wouldn't be this many teams in the playoffs. They're in a playoff hunt because half the teams in the National League make the playoffs.
Yeah. By the way, do you want to hear from Bob Melvin? Because it sounds like he was
I do.
very upset.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah,
I do.
On.
And then we'll get to these supers that are coming in. I see them, so thank you guys.
Ready? You got that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would have give up 3 hits, no walks in 5 innings. 2 of them ended up, leaving the ballpark. So, when you score no runs, guy gets major league debut, you get 7 innings, 2 hits, you don't score, it looks bad, but he didn't pitch bad. That's nothing against their guy. He pitched well, but lacking a lot right now. So when you go out there and you give up a couple runs and we're playing like this, it's not going to hold up.
It looked like his velocity tonight. Was that because of some of the mechanical changes he had made, or does he think the time off or combination?
Probably a little of both. Anytime you get a little time off this time of the year for a guy that's logged the innings that he has, the velo is going to pick up a little bit, and that's why you saw the swings and misses.
To your point, not that Jameson threw poorly tonight, but how frustrating is it not to be able to get anything going against him?
Very, very frustrating. Didn't even felt like we even put up a fight. So that's can't play this way, especially this time of year.
How does that happen in the middle of September?
I don't know. I don't know, but I need to inspire him more.
Ryan Nelson looked really good, and like you said, nothing against that guy,
Right.
but this guy was not that.
He had good velo. First major league start, you're going to probably have some, a little something else behind him. He gets through the first couple innings, with nothing, and then you gain some confidence as you go along. But it's our at bats that, we're more concerned about us right now than the other team, and we're not holding up our end of the bargain at this time of the year.
It's often dangerous when a team does get shut out and doesn't get a lot of hits to call them flat or something. But tonight, that's sort of what it looked like. I wonder what your assessment was.
Yeah, as I said in there, when you don't hit, it doesn't look great, but it's the way you go about it. The way we're going about it right now does not look good to me.
Maybe one bright spot, Brandon Drey doing a nice job in his first game back.
Yeah, coming back after some time off and hits the ground running with a couple hits. So it's good to see that, but we didn't do much else besides that.
What was the game plan against him besides just having to feel him out, not having seen him before?
Well, you got a pretty good idea what, whether you're righty or lefty, what the pitch complement's going to be. So you try to pick an area, pick a zone, and pick a pitch. You just didn't do it very well.
Was today as stark a difference between what was planned before and just the execution that you've seen all year?
Well, we plan the same every game. We go into the game. Everybody goes into the game with a game plan on how to attack a guy. A little more difficult on someone you haven't seen before or faced before, but there's a game plan, an extensive game plan that we talk about before every game. We just are not executing it.
Do you feel like guys are pressing a little bit as they're trying so hard to get something?
That's a question for them. I would ask them.
Oh
Man.
shit.
He's mad. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, you can hear and you can see the frustration, and it feels like the wheels have completely fallen off. The problem is it's September 15th. Like the way he's talking is like this team's buried. Like they're not executing, they're not listening, they've quit. Well, if they've quit with 18 games left, what do the next 18 games look like? And he doesn't get it, Jim. Every single day we come on the wrap-up show, we go on John and Jim, and we're like, we cannot explain it. He cannot explain it. He cannot explain it. The manager of the club cannot explain the way this team is playing.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, what does that even mean? Where's the disconnect? What is the problem?
It's pretty. It just goes back to how it's just embarrassing in that clubhouse that not only do we all see it, but your manager is calling you out now as going out there and putting up zero fight when you are in the thick of it in September 15th with a 1.5 game lead for the final wild card spot. You are fighting for your life to make the postseason. If you make the postseason, anything can happen. And if you guys really truly feel that you have enough in that clubhouse and you're playing like this and you just don't give a shit, fuck all the way off. Literally. Whoever in that clubhouse has given up or just was going through the motions, you go to the door and get the fuck out, because that shit should not fly in there at all. If you're not going out there every single at bat and battling every single at bat, knowing that this could turn not only the game around, but potentially your season around to help you make the postseason, fuck off, dude. Go away. I don't want you here. I don't want to watch that. No fan wants to watch that. Bob Melvin doesn't want to watch that. It's pathetic. You see the ninth inning, your 2, 3, 4 hitters, or your 3 or whatever it was. Who was up in the ninth inning?
3, 4.
Soto, Manny,
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so Soto, Manny, and Bell, and you put together those at bats. I mean, those guys
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
Cronenworth
Whatever.
bad in the inning.
Whoever was up to bat, I don't care. Look in the mirror right now, because you guys are playing like you do not give a shit. And if I'm AJ Preller, who, if this goes very, very sideways, I'm done with him. I would be very upset with what I saw tonight.
This is Drey Jameson's last 3 outings in AAA. At Salt Lake, 5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. At home against Las Vegas, 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs. In Sacramento, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. The start before that, Salt Lake at home, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Start before that, Salt Lake, 5 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs. The start before it, Albuquerque, 7 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. Those are his last 6 AAA outings. Tonight, he goes 7 innings of 2-hit baseball in his Major League debut, and the Padres were completely lifeless. Kyle, thank you for the super. He says, just once would be nice if Soto hit a ball with authority the other way. He's out in front of everything. He is. He's a completely dead pull hitter from everything we've seen in San Diego. Now everything's either driven into the ground immediately or it's popped up on the infield. So he's completely lost. There is no way to get around that. He's completely lost. And I don't have any faith in that changing. But this whole lineup is really, I mean, Trent Grisham's been bad. This whole lineup is lost right now.
I'm going to call them all out. Every single one of them. Soto, Manny, Cronenworth, Josh Bell, Trent Grisham, Jerkson Profar, Hassan Kim, Jorge Alfaro, Austin Nola, Will Myers, Brandon Drury, whoever else is on their bench. How about you be fucking better? Because right now you guys suck. Everybody up and down that lineup, 1 through 9, everybody on their bench be better, because right now you're playing like you don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things I want to say that I'm not yet going to say. We'll see where the night takes us.
How about you tell me what to say and I'll say it for you?
No, I'm not going to do it, but there's some things I need to just do a little more research on it. Before I say it, I need to think about it. Okay, what I do want to do, because we're just getting started, we're going to get to the supers. I see there's more supers in here. We're going to get to them. Thank you for your support. I do want to remind you that this channel doesn't exist without the support of our partners, including Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Like we always say, if you have auto, home, renter's life, or earthquake insurance needs, please get in contact with Mark. Here's his website. There is a link down below as you watch on YouTube. He can save you $750 on your insurance, which is a lot of money. Just by switching over, he can save you $750. I have my homeowners and my earthquake through Mark. We recently had a claim. He literally saved us thousands of dollars. His website has everything you need, all the information to get in contact with him. You can get a quote online as well. He's got great service and communication. He's a San Diegan that is a huge Padres fan, that is a big supporter of this channel. If you want to support a local business that supports what we do night in and night out related to the Padres, please get in contact with Mark. He will talk to you about the Padres. He will talk to you about your insurance. Like I always say, everyone has insurance needs at some point in a year. Everyone has some type of renewal that comes up. When that happens, please contact Mark. Mark Nimitz, Farmers Insurance, link down below. Huge supporter, a great insurance agent. Trust me, because I have my insurance through him. And please get in contact with Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, all his information is above my head. mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
So thank you, Mark. I see a couple supers in here I want to get to. I do want to mention this from Ben Fadden, talking Friars. Says people can't go from saying the Soto trade saved Preller's job to saying this is on Preller. Every GM would have done what Preller did before the deadline. And, we have felt similarly to that over the course of the last 6 weeks, I would say, that it's hard to fault AJ Preller for the moves that he made at the deadline, all considered to be positive at the time. All haven't worked out.
But that's the thing though, Ben, like we said that trade, I take Preller off the hook, but we also were thinking to ourselves, there's no way Juan Soto would go play like shit for 2 months, right? There's no way that Josh Bell would forget how to hit a baseball. There's no way that Josh Hader would literally not know how to pitch for the first handful of outings with the Padres. And those all happened. And at some point, there has to be something that changes drastically. Okay. The manager change, I don't consider that a huge drastic change with the organization. That's to me like an upgrade, right? But when you look at, okay, the things that we are doing are not working. Even when we think they work and when we think they're going to work, at some point you have to change. Okay. Even though we said and we felt like, yeah, this trade, Juan Soto, of course, everyone would have done that trade. And because Preller actually pulled it off, he's exempt. It's on the players now. Well, I mean, at some point, dude, you got to change. Things have to change from like a core, from like the organization's core, because the organization's identity and core right now is failure, losing, collapse, heartless performances. Like it's just all of that in one. And Preller is the heart of the organization.
Maybe it's the fact that Manny Machado's got an opt-out at the end of the 2023 season. Maybe that's looming over the team like whoever wrote today in the UT. Yeah. It must be something like that. Right. The other thing, we were on with Darnay on his On Fryer podcast earlier today. He's tweeted out a couple of times here today. And it had a pretty negative tone because we've been watching every day. And if you're watching, how could you have an optimistic tone or a positive tone? But like I flat out said definitively, you brought up initially, like, there's no scenario where they run away from Milwaukee, obviously. And I told him, I'm like, it's impossible for them to close, 16-3, 17-2, 9-1 run. I'm like, because I have eyes and they're not playing the type of baseball that is necessary to go on a run like that. And of course, their opponents make it challenging as well. So the truth is, even if they do get in, this makes it even more challenging. You're going to have to get in through the final week of the year at home. They've been tight for 2 months. Imagine how tight they're going to be October 4th or whatever it is against the San Francisco Giants, who will have nothing to play for. And October 2nd against the Chicago White Sox, and playing in front of 42,000 people and being down 1-0 in the second inning, tied with the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean,
yeah. And
it's
you'll have
not a good.
Yeah, the final games of the year will have Webb and Rodon just shoving in San Diego. You're like, what?
Now, again, do I think Milwaukee runs away with it? Probably not. Probably not. So could it come down to the final day or two or three, even if they don't play well? Yeah, probably. They'll probably be alive with 3 days to play. But, man, I just don't feel overly confident, that's for sure. Pedro, thank you for the super.
Thanks,
thank
Pedro.
you for your membership. He says, how about Bomel manufacture some runs? Ain't he the manager? Can't win, always trying to blast 10-run home runs. Sweeney broke it down postgame, no identity. I'll give you the one spot where it's had nothing to do with Melvin for me. I mean, you could argue it did. Leadoff double from Drury in the fifth, trailing 2-0 is a good shot to get back into the baseball game, right? You got to score Drury, leadoff double. Kim is the batter, and this is where this team has been so bad in the second half. Situationally, in those spots, they don't move runners, and he pops out. And then I saw on the timeline, I think Mark Nimitz texted me as well, like he should be bunting. And I don't disagree. I mean, you say, well, should you give up an out, trailing by 2 runs in the fifth inning? But they're having so much trouble scoring that they can't get guys over. They can't get guys in. But leadoff double against this major league debut, whomever, you have to score there. And they didn't. And it's just another example of them not coming through situationally. Is that on Bob Melvin? I mean, everyone deserves some level of accountability, but like, how can you not consistently score? They're 1 for their last 20 with men in scoring position, Jim. 1 for their last 20. 2 for their last 29.
The stretches that this team goes through offensively is pretty pathetic. You know, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I see a lot of people in the chat saying it's not Preller's fault. Yeah, it's not all on Preller. Absolutely not. You know, the players here deserve a lot of the blame for the way they played, and tonight for literally looking like they just gave up. And I feel comfortable in saying that now after hearing what Bob Melvin said.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. And I would say it last year, and we're like, well, are they really quitting? Because the manager wouldn't say that, but this manager is legitimately saying that.
The manager legit said tonight, yeah, these guys out there didn't look like they cared. Or like whatever he said, it came off that they just gave up, that there was no fight there. There was no fight at all. So I feel comfortable in saying that. But there's absolutely blame there for Preller. And Preller put this team together. So how can you say that the guy that put the team together that is playing like this doesn't have any blame?
Might be time for a Machado tweet from you. 0 for his last 14, hitless in 4 consecutive games. And again, if Machado's not hitting, you have no shot because he was your only real shot because he was producing every single day. And he's had a couple of those this year. He's had a couple. He had post ankle where he didn't play great baseball for a few weeks, but he is 0 for his last 14. No surprise the Padres are 1-4 in their last 5 games. JD's third, talking presumably about Melvin, says he sounds lost and clueless, to be honest. Needs more fire.
Okay, I think what you heard tonight from Bob Melvin is something that you haven't heard from any manager with the Padres since Buddy Black was here. Because every single manager that was here was scared to get fired. And also, if they said that, they had no credibility in the clubhouse to begin with. Right. So Bob Melvin can go and say, you guys, the way you play tonight, no heart, no fight. You guys gave up.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm willing to say this. Like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. That applies to the following cast of characters in this play. AJ Preller, Bob Melvin, who I'm not advocating for his job.
Oh no, there's blame everywhere. I don't care who you blame.
Blame. Not. But I'm not calling for Bob Melvin's job. Let me be clear.
That's different. Blame and
AJ Preller. Right. So hear me out though. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Here's where you got to look. AJ Preller, Bob Melvin, and I hate to say this.
I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. Ready? Manny Machado.
That's exactly right. And I hate to say it, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. And when you fold in the second half of 2019, team and individual, you're accountable for that. 2020, he deserves credit for it, and we gave it to him. And he played like an MVP candidate. It was only 60 games, though. We have no clue what happens if they play 102 more games. No clue. But there's certainly no guarantee they make the playoffs. Let me promise you that. 2021, as bad of a collapse as you can have for a team that was in the position that they were in. He was on that team. 2022, are we in the midst of another 1 in 100-year collapse? And again, if you look at what he has done from a production standpoint, it's hard to argue. They're not in this position without him. But he's also has the additional burden of making $300 million, being the quote-unquote captain and leader. Therefore, when it's good, you get the credit. When it's bad, you got to take some of the blame.
This is not
Fair?
Absolutely fair. This is not a Angel situation where Mike Trout is, the best player on that team and they suck, and then everyone blames Mike Trout. Well,
Right.
like that team has no talent. Like besides Trout and Ohtani, that's it. That's the complete opposite with the Padres. You have all-stars, you have former Cy Youngs, you have guys that have pitched in World Series, you have MVP candidates, you have best closers in the game. You have a manager who's won Manager of the Year 3 times in a row, 3 times in his career, like been to NLCSs. That's not even close to what the Angels have. The Angels have 2 guys. That's it. And you're surrounded here, I'm talking about Manny Machado, by all this talent. Yeah, heavy crown. What is it?
Yeah,
Heaviest of
I
the
don't even
crown.
know what it is. I can say it, and for whatever reason you can't. Heavy is the head that wears
heavy's
the crown.
head. Yep.
And
It's sorry. It's a lot of people. Machado's been great, but man, that's a bad look sometimes when you're on the team that's collapsed over and over and over again.
I agree with this, by the way. I at some point I'm sitting Juan Soto. Sorry. I mean, I never could envision saying that ever before. You never could have even dreamt it after the trade. You got the best player in baseball and he became the worst player in baseball. I mean, that's comical. That's not even possible. But he might need a day. He might need a blow. He might need 2. You can be worse off for it. How? He's 0 for 4 every day. He hasn't hit a ball out of the infield in a week and a half. He hasn't had an extra base hit in 12 games. You're worse off for sitting him. I mean, time, the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over again. Time to switch this thing up in some form or fashion, whatever that means. But this is nonsensical what's going on right now. JD's third, thank you for the super. He says, how many of us would keep our jobs 9 years with no positive results to show for it? The bottom line is it's AJ's organization. It's his mess. Hard to argue that.
Yeah, it is. Like it's, again, you're saying heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Preller has the heaviest crown of them all.
He does. He does. No, there's no question about it. JD, thank you for that. And then there's comments like this. I mean, Tatis broke the team, maybe. Hard to argue one way or the other. It's possible.
It's kind of hard for me to put full blame on a guy who's not even here.
Right. I mean, did that mess with their psyche? Darnay argued that the other day on John and Jim. Like, hey, look at Soto before the Tatis news. Look at him afterwards. Because he
Great. And these guys are fucking softer than
I know. It's like,
Charmin.
What does that say about the players?
I saw in the chat earlier, someone mentioned that the Bally Sports Arizona said they talked to someone with the Padres and that the loss of Eric Hosmer's leadership has really affected them.
Oh, it's just stop.
Fuck off.
Just
that is so soft. Give me a fucking break.
I know, it's like,
Jesus
there's
Christ.
always an excuse. When they had Hosmer, he's not good enough and the team collapses. They lose him, that now the team collapses. What? I mean, it can't be both ways. It can't be both ways all the time. There's always
these guys are going to cry and bitch because they lost Eric Hosmer. I don't want any of them on this team, honestly. Like, they can all go.
Steve, thank you for the super. Thank you for hanging out, guys. Appreciate the super. It's a great way to support this channel. Just click that $sign down below. We'll get to all the super chats, and we appreciate your support on this, whatever night it is. Thursday night, Padres losing in Arizona pathetically 4-0 in game 1 of a 4-game series. Steve says, guys, the team is just overrated. It's not as good as people believed. Overrated.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The expectations were what? 85 to 90 wins. They could win 84 to 88 games would be my guess.
Dude, how many times have we had Fangraphs people on talking about, the Padres still probably won like 93, 94 games?
Or, they're going to make the postseason. I mean, even these stupid stat sites, 80%, 78%. I'm like, really? Are we sure? Are you crunching the numbers enough? Is
Probably
Milwaukee
not.
that bad? And like, well, Milwaukee's got the Yankees and the Mets. The Yankees and the Mets haven't been great in the second half. What if Milwaukee at home goes 4-2 over the next 6 or better? Then what do we say? It's like you're just leaving it up to chance. Way too much up to chance, in my opinion.
And that's the worst strategy possible.
I like this. Okay, this is from Henry IV, Shakespeare. Heavy's the head.
Heavy's the head. That was the
We
crown.
should get Shakespeare on the show.
Do you think he'll have time?
I don't know. It's a good point. He's writing so much. Macbeth just came out. It's good. You know what? Actually, there is a Shakespeare quote I'm going to use right now, Jim, that makes sense for this Padres team.
Okay.
Life is a. Let me say this. Life
That's
is
the
a
box of
tale.
chocolates. Oh.
Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. If you watch the Padres,
That's me.
it just makes no sense. It's like, what? You traded for Juan Soto and you got worse? Not possible.
Not only did you get worse, he
So did
became
the
the worst
player.
player in baseball. Think about that. Juan
From
Soto has
the best?
become the worst player in baseball.
Over the last 20 days.
True. That's yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's not for his career, hopefully. And
No.
watch. I mean, you know what's going to happen. He'll go to like San Francisco and hit like 491 one year.
Right.
It'll be something ridiculous. But
He'll have
Right
like an
now-
830 OPS with the Padres, and then the second he signs his $500 million contract with somewhere else, he'll have
it'll be
like
like
a
1,300.
7 straight years of like an OPS of like 1100.
Yeah, right. So again, but the last 20 days, yeah, he's been as bad as you can be. I mean, he really has. Juan, thank you. He says, no way this happens 2 years in a row, right?
Want to bet?
Unfortunately, there's a way. You know?
Unfortunately,
There's a way.
it's happening right before our eyes, John. Maybe not to the extent of last year, right? Because they still have the pieces theoretically, but it's a spiraling down effect that if they don't turn this around like tomorrow and for the rest of this series and for the rest of this, like it could spiral very fast because you're not facing cupcakes, man. Think the Cardinals are going to come in here and think,
No.
you know what, we'll hold up.
You're not even facing cupcakes this weekend. The Zach Allens,
No.
who's been great.
think-
Ryan
you think the Rockies
Nelson
are gonna-
shoved against you?
Do you think when you go to Colorado next weekend, the Rockies are going to be like, we're out of it, so we don't really care? No, they're going to want to hit 500-foot home runs every single fucking at bat.
I agree with Eddie. I mean, last year Fangraphs said San Diego at like a 95% chance at
Right,
one
it means nothing.
point,
It's
maybe
fucking
more.
number. Whatever.
Yep, I do agree. Kendrick, thank you for this very generous super and your membership. He says, at least I met Yonder Alonso at the game, LOL. But that game was rough. So, okay, Kendrick in Arizona. Yonder Alonso, by the way, took
nice.
to Twitter today to potentially shoot down a narrative of Manny Machado opting out after 2023. He said, I told Manny when he signed here, go win a ring, go get a statue next to Tony Gwynn, essentially.
Yeah. Well,
As
yeah,
if
probably
it's even
outspurs.
right. I'm like, as if that's even a talking point right now. I mean, who cares what's going to happen at the end of 2023 when we're just trying to get in 2022, you know?
I could give two fucks about like the next year. I don't care.
Yeah, right now I could care less. You know,
Right.
but thank you, Kendrick. I mean, I hope Yonder was nice. Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I got a cough.
They really are. They really are who we thought they were. Now they're a under 500 team in the last 103 games. Think about that. 51 and 52.
Jim, their run differential, what was it coming in? 15 or 19? Or was it 17 or 19 coming in?
19.
I think 19. So it's now 15. They're plus 15 runs in 144 games for an average of 0.1 runs per game.
Yeah, so they're a 500 team. They got lucky that they had a good 3-week stretch in April.
Well, they've been great in one-run games. Otherwise, they'd be a really bad team. If they were bad in one-run games, they'd be, 13 under. But they've been good in one-run games, so they're 13 over or whatever they are, 12 over.
Yeah.
All right, while we have a second, I do want to remind our viewers about our partner, Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance. Omar is your guy. Can you pull that down? Thank you. Omar's your guy. If you have any mortgage needs and you are a San Diegan, please get in contact with Omar Sanchez. He's here to help all Padres fans with their mortgages. Make sure to check out his brand new website, loansbyomar.com. But here's what I want you to do, including Jim Russell tonight. Jim, I don't know if you've done this. We need to get Omar, who's got a brand new Instagram page that is kind of all tailored towards his website. He wants to push his Instagram page. We need to get Omar over the 100 followers on Instagram. Can you help us do that here tonight? Padres lost. We can't deal with that. We can't do anything about that. But we can get Omar Sanchez over 100 Instagram followers, can't we?
Yes, we can.
Can you open up Instagram right now? Can you type in loans.byomar? Search for loans.byomar, and please give him a follow. So open up Instagram if you use it. Please, that's a great way to support this channel. It doesn't cost you a dime. It takes 2 seconds to do. Loans.byomar. Check him out on Instagram. Please follow him. He was in that 80 threshold earlier today. Can we get him to 100 right now, please? Can you please open your phone and do that for us? Get to his website, loansbyomar.com. Scan the QR code. You can text him literally at any point, including right now, and say, what the F? 619-387-7798. He's your San Diego native mortgage broker. He went to San Diego State. He's a huge Padres fan. He can help you get you into your dream home. He can help you refinance to consolidate debt if you're in the process of buying or refinancing and you want a second opinion to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. Just call or text Omar. You'll get that free consultation. When you're at his website, loansbyomar.com, click on the education tab. You'll get all the resources you need, first-time home buyers, if you're interested in refinancing, etc. But please, right now, if you have Instagram, let's get Omar over 100 followers. Can we do that right now? Go to Instagram, search loans.byomar, give him a follow, and thank you for your support of our partners here on this channel.
Yeah, or you can text them 619-387-7798 and scan the QR code there. It will take you right to his website, loansbyomar.com. When you reach out to our buddy Omar, let him know that the wrap-up show sent you.
All right, so thank you, Omar. And again, please give him a follow on Instagram, loans.byomar. What am I doing here? Loans.
I don't know.
I
got you.
Omar. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. There is an amazing tweet that I know you saw earlier that I'm going to pull up right now. I'm not going to put it on the screen, but I'm just going to read from it. So the last 4 Diamondback pitchers.
Oh, dude.
See. Yeah, you know where I'm going.
Jesus.
Last 4 D-backs to make first career start against the Padres. So Taylor Widener last April, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Tyler Gilbert last August, a no-hitter. That's 9 innings, no hits. Ryan Nelson, September 5th, which was 10 days ago, 7 innings, no runs. Drey Jameson tonight, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs. Those are the last 4 Diamondbacks to make their first career start. They're all against the Padres. They combine, let's see, 15, 22, 29 innings of no-run baseball.
Yo, if I'm Arizona, I'm bringing up some random dude tomorrow to face the Padres. Like I'm bringing up a prospect, I'm bringing up a pitching prospect tomorrow.
Yeah, you're not pitching Bumgarner, who they are pitching tomorrow, which could be maybe some relief for the Padres.
Could be. I'm bringing up. I'm making sure Gallen pitches Saturday. I'm moving Bumgarner back. I'm bringing up a nobody to pitch the tomorrow and Sunday. That's what I'm doing from the
like go find a guy that's got a 10 ERA in AAA and call him up.
Yeah,
because he'll carve.
Oh, he will. He'll shove.
Yep,
damn right he will.
Juan, thank you for your membership and the super. Thank you guys for the supers. Great way to support this channel. Just click the $sign in the chat box down below. We'll get to all the supers and interact with them here tonight. Padres lose 4-0 in the desert. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Remarkably, the Padres, if the season ended today, would be in. The issue is the season's not over.
Nope.
It's like holding on to a 3-point lead in football with 9 minutes left. You can't just run the clock out. It's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Juan says, fool me once, shame on thee. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's the life of a Padres fan or a San Diego sports fan. Generational can't even help us. And that's what Juan Soto has been referred to as, right? Generational.
He's been generational for the team, generationally bad.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, this is it, dude. This is an amazing stretch for Juan Soto to play this badly.
Amazing.
Like any other player gets benched.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who he's playing like right now? Literally, if you put up the numbers without any picture okay, side by side,
Mm-hmm.
he's exactly like Matt Beatty offensively. Exactly like Matt Beatty this year with the Padres.
Well, definitely the last like 20 games because he somehow has hit
Right.
3 home runs. Beatty doesn't have a home run, does he? Or did he have one?
He has none. But the last
Yeah.
20 games, you're right.
Yeah,
The last
that's the
20
last
games,
20.
he's Matt freaking Beatty. Matt Beatty might be better than Juan Soto right now. And Beatty's not even in baseball because he got DFA'd.
Dude,
It's
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
No,
I don't know what to say.
it's a speech. You're just speechless. You're like, well, we're going to go on the air tomorrow and we should just replay the show.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do at 3:01 is play Bob Melvin postgame, even though it's
damn right.
And then I'll tell you what we're going to do at 4:01. We're going to play Bob Melvin postgame. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do at 5:01. We're going to play Bob Melvin postgame. Because that is a look inside. That's the truth. That's factual. That's accurate. It's the here and now. It's a slice of the team in this very moment.
That they gave up tonight.
That's what's going on.
No
at
fight.
this very moment.
No fight. Given
And
up.
now, it's on Bob Melvin to some extent and this team,
fire.
but it's on Bob Melvin to figure out a message that somehow resonates to pick his team off the mat. That is the job of a manager. And his team is on the mat. And he needs to pick them up, from a TKO situation over the next 3 weeks. So that's his job. Now, he can't hit. He's not going to bring in Matt Drury. What's the guy's name? What's his first name?
Brandon?
Whatever. He's not going to bring in
Brandon
Drury. I'm freaking. Yeah. I mean, I'm like drunk. It's not his job to get him in from second base. It's just not in the game.
Yeah.
But it is his job to somehow figure out what the hell is going on and have a pulse on why this is happening.
Yeah, that's why he's here. We talk about why these players are here and why these coaches are here and certain people are here is to do a certain job, and that's Bob Melvin's job is to make sure these guys don't look like they did tonight, right? Make sure that these guys don't quit. Make sure that these guys don't give up, and tonight they gave up and they quit. You go down 2-0. Shit. First inning, it just looked, first inning, I texted you, right? I go 10 pitch first inning. You go, that's the most predictable thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
And you called it last night. You're like, this guy's going to go out there and shove. And I swear to God, if we go and I see like a 7-pitch first inning, I'll fucking lose my mind.
Yep.
For a guy that has 7-something ERA in the minors.
It's crazy. It's just utter
By the
insanity.
Way, how did he have a 7 ERA in the minors? Dude had some good stuff. Like he had a nice fastball, nice breaking pitch.
Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? But then I even Melvin saying, it can be hard to prepare for a guy that you haven't seen. El Paso literally faced him. It's 2022. There's video on all these guys. There's a scouting report from El Paso. They faced him in July. How much different could he look? It's been 6 weeks. This last time out, he let 6 runs to like the Salt Lake Bees or 8 runs to the Sacramento River Cats. There's got to be some type of book. You're not facing Clayton Kershaw in his major league debut. That's not who they faced tonight.
You're not facing Jacob deGrom, even though it looked like Jacob deGrom.
No, this guy, I'm sure he's got nice stuff. He was a first-round pick. He played at Ball State. He was drafted 2 years ago.
Right.
This should not happen. It should not happen. JD's third, thank you for the super again. Thank you guys for the supers. He says, if nothing changes, y'all. Facts.
That is a great super chat from JD's third. And that's exactly what we're saying here. For anybody that says, if this team collapses down the stretch here and doesn't make the postseason, this isn't on Preller. Again, the notion is if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point.
That is,
what is the saying?
I'm stealing that.
Yeah, the saying would be staying the same is falling behind.
Staying. Yeah, exactly. So JD's third. I'm stealing that. We're stealing that. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
And nothing changes. Listen, it's not going to be you and I. We're not going to be the only people calling for, and I'm not saying we're even going to be doing it, but
right.
I believe you me when I say that if this team misses the postseason, there will be some serious scrutiny on Peter Seidler and what he's going to do with the direction of his front office. Believe you me. That's just how it works. And you cannot draw 3 million fans and spend $300 million, $230 million on your roster and just say, you know what? That 1 in 100-year thing happened again.
Like, what's the
But
excuse
next
gonna
year
be
we
here?
have a Tatis bobblehead May 5th. And you can't do that.
No. You can't. No, you can't. I think Andrew sent in a question right below that.
Okay. Thank you,
John,
Andrew.
which was right here, I think.
Yeah, you got it.
It looks like the ghost of Eric Hosmer is haunting Juan Soto. He looks worse than Eric Hosmer.
Hosmer, what's that?
He said Juan Soto looks worse than Hosmer right now.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Hosmer had some bad stretches, but I don't know if he ever had a stretch this bad, as stupid as that sounds.
He might have, actually, I think.
He did. And at least Soto theoretically has walked, as if that matters.
But remember when we were like, dude, Josh Bell's never had, like, he had a Josh Bell stretch with the Padres, and you said, Eric Hosmer's never had a stretch that bad. And I looked, like, it took me like 2 seconds,
like,
and he had a way worse stretch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. I'm with Quan. Yeah, Profar.
Oops,
I'm sorry. Profar's the leadoff hitter has been really bad. I mean, there's a lot of problems.
How about this? Maybe one time. And I saw our buddy Too Much Morton's on Twitter. How about you switch up the fucking lineup?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Why? Maybe, I don't know, move Soto down in the order.
I mean, I'm with Jeremiah. Who would sit? I'm sitting Soto. Anyone else? Who wants to sit Soto for a day?
That would send a message, right?
Yeah, like,
could you imagine
in the business of winning?
Imagine tomorrow he just sits fucking Soto and Bell and Manny, and he said, "Fuck
who's
this."
He going to play? Well, who's then he going to play? Like Campusano at all the positions?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, what if he just sent
Liberato?
that message? That'd be a ballsy move.
I don't even know if it's a message. More like they literally need it. Like Juan Soto literally needs a day in which he's not playing.
He literally needs a day off.
I mean, not because he needs a day off, but because he needs a day off.
Yeah.
Not because he's like tired, because he cannot hit the side of a barn.
Can't hit nothing, dude.
Michael, thank you for the super. Says Curse of the Bambino meet Curse of the Haas.
Curse of the Haas. Oh, jeez.
I don't think it's that. I mean, they were cursed with Haas.
Jesus.
Can we cuss in the chat? I'm not sure.
You can cuss in the chat. It's fine.
Maybe a little. I think it might like regulate it to some extent.
I don't know. Whatever. I'll cuss for you. That was fucking pathetic tonight.
Yeah, you hear Jim.
Yeah.
I do want to remind our viewers about our partner Aura. So if you're looking to get healthier, which you probably are after watching this game, and you want to like lower your blood pressure, check out the plant-based nutrition products from Aura, ora.organic. If you click this Build Your Routine button at the bottom, it's highlighted right now, bottom right. You're going to get 30% off your first order. 30% off your first order. ORA.organic, all plant-based nutritional products. I'm talking about probiotics. I take one every single day. In fact, I have it ordered where I get it auto-renew every single month from Aura. Great probiotic. I've been taking one for years and years and years. So I recommend the probiotic for digestion, heart health, mental clarity, a zillion reasons. They have proteins for after workouts. They have pre-workout supplements. They have omega-3 oils. They have sleep pills. They have immunity pills. Their co-founder, Will's a San Diegan, and grew up here as a huge Padres fan. They have offices in Liberty Station. So if you want to support a local business that does business with us, if you're looking to get healthier, if you need proteins or immunity pills or probiotics, whatever it is, omega-3 oils, whatever it is, and 30% off your first order, just go to Aura, ora.organic. There's a link down below, or check out ora.organic.
Yeah, go there right now. Build your routine. You get 30% off your first order. They got everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Probiotics, protein powders. They have the best pre-workout out there right now. Trust me, I take it all the time. Raspberry lemonade flavor. It's delicious. Fish oil pills, all of it. Go there right now. www.aura.organic. Build your routine. You get 30% off your first order. You'll thank us later.
Seems to work.
Yeah, it works. There we go.
Turns out you can do that.
Yep.
I mean, they cannot score runs. Aura wouldn't have scored fewer runs. I can promise you that.
Me, you, Will, Mark, and Omar would have done more tonight than the Padres.
Chad says I need to rant. I'm not yet in rant mode. I mean, it's just
Eric
kind
too. Shout out Eric.
Yes, Eric as well. I'm not yet in rant mode. I mean, it's just disappointing right now. There will be a rant probably. I just don't know when to deliver it. I mean, you know how we feel. I mean, if you watch this team, like everyone in this chat watches this team live or on replay, then like this is scary. This is like 2021 a little bit all over again in a different way, not identically, but it has some of the similar markers, so to speak, that 2021 had. So it's scary. And I've said that for a while, and I'm fearful of what is potentially to come. And it's just like, hold on to your seat, because maybe they get in, and maybe it's not because of their own doing. Maybe they don't earn it, and I'll still take it. Or maybe they get left behind. Both of those are very plausible.
Tune in tomorrow
And-
at 3 p.m. I will
tune in tomorrow.
I feel like tonight I ranted pretty hard, but I think it's going to hit me more tomorrow morning and towards the start of the show after I hear more, that I think I'm going to blow up tomorrow.
Like Eddie says, don't hold it in, John. It's bad for your heart. Dude, I mean, you can hear it. I'm kind of like Melvin right now. Like, I'm kind of holding back a little bit, but you can see it. And like the second this chat ends, I'm going to freak out to Jim. I don't really feel like it's a service to the viewers for me to freak out right now. You know how I feel. I mean, how I feel is this is a very flawed team. I can't put my finger on why. And that it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. But I watch a game like this, and I mean, I'm very discouraged because you should never play like this. It's September 15th.
John, that was a waste of 4 hours.
It was only like 2:40.
Okay, fine. That was a waste of 3 hours. And this team is fighting for a playoff spot. Like, that game to watch tonight was a waste of 2.5 hours for a team that's fighting for a playoff spot is beyond pathetic for every single one of those players in that dugout on the field tonight wearing a Padres uniform. Just embarrassing on all levels.
There has to be. There's always a reason. I don't know if we're going to find it out. Dennis Lynn had that long article in The Athletic last year that was very damning of the organization and AJ Preller. Didn't cost Preller's job. Double down on Preller. They had some good moments this year. They acquired Juan Soto. August 2nd was everyone was on cloud nine on August 2nd. And then here we are.
Nothing changes, nothing
today.
changes.
If nothing changes, nothing changes. And it's crazy. I don't even know what to say. And there's nothing to say.
Nope. That's it.
There's just nothing to say.
Fucking train wreck, dude. Joke.
Disappointing, disheartening for the people that spend their hard-earned money and all their time
man.
watching
Fans
this.
deserve so much better than this shit.
Yep.
You guys really did. You guys, every single Padres fan deserves so much better than what this team gives you. Night in and night out. You guys go to the ballpark. You pay for tickets. You buy the jerseys. I mean, I see Jared buys like every freaking Padres jersey imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
And this team goes out there and does that shit. Man, that's just embarrassing. I feel bad for everybody.
I mean, everyone. And again, who knows? Tomorrow's another day. That's the one thing with baseball.
And they'll probably score 9 runs. They'll win 9-3, and everything will be fine. And the Brewers will lose to the Yankees, and then you're back and you're 2.5 up.
I know.
And then everyone's like, yay.
I know.
And that'd be great. Don't get me wrong. That'd be awesome. But can you do it for more than just a game? Can you guys, do a week here where you gain 3 games on the Brewers? A week.
I mean,
1 week. That's
3
all I
days
ask.
ago, they were off 4 games with a tiebreaker. And here they are now.
Up.
Yeah, where come tomorrow, they could be half game up with the wrong results. Or like you said, they could be 2.5 up with the right results. Or they could be even.
You don't think this team's assholes are this big right now? Because I think they are. The way they're playing. Damn right they're puckered up.
Marcus says all good. Drey
fine.
Jameson's a stud.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. It's okay.
And maybe he is. But
Cy
come
Young.
on. He might be, but come on. 7 scoreless innings when a team's trying to get in and the other team has nothing to play for. That's still inexcusable. We do want to remind you that we have a podcast. It's the official podcast of FriersOnBase.com. Make sure to check it out. It's available on most podcast platforms. Also, always available at FriersOnBase.com. Can you pull that down? It's presented by Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. Again, Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial, who's been in the chat here tonight. We want to remind you, Eric's mission is to align his clients' values and passions with their finances. He's a fiduciary, which means he's only making recommendations that truly make sense for you and are in your best interest. He specializes in retirement planning for individuals and couples who are looking to retire in 5 or less years and are looking for a retirement income analysis. Along with that, let's say you're a new family and you're trying to figure out financial planning and investing. Eric can help you as well. It's whether it's managing debt or paying for college for your children or improving cash flow. Check him out, higherimpactfinancial.com. If you support this channel, please support Eric, who's a San Diegan and a huge Padres fan. Eric Lanier, Higher Impact Financial, 951-383-3033. That's 951-383-3033. Please support our partners, including Eric Lanier at higherimpactfinancial.com. In addition to that, as I see a super that just rolled in from Kendrick. Thank you, Kendrick.
Thanks, Kendrick.
Okay, so Kendrick's going to be at the next 3 games, Jim. Going to the other 3 games this series, we think I see more than 4 runs scored over that time period. Yeah, hopefully.
I'll say
That's all I
yes.
can
I'll
say.
say yes.
Remember when
I'll
you called
say
me
it,
soft earlier today, where I'm like, I would sign up for a split. You're like, that's so soft. But I knew
I
it
would
was
sign up
coming.
for a split.
Well, now you would.
Yeah,
Because
I would
there's
sign
a
up for
worst
split.
case scenario where you're getting 1, you're getting none.
I do think tomorrow they'll score runs. I think tomorrow they'll score some runs off Bumgarner.
I mean, they typically do.
Yeah, like if I'm the Diamondbacks, I'm bringing up a no-name pitcher right now. But I think they score some runs tomorrow off Bumgarner, and I think it's going to be a bounce back game for them tomorrow. But
I hope so.
they can't just have a bounce back game. They need to have a bounce back week stretch.
That's exactly right. If they want to go to the postseason, they need a good week. And if they don't have a good week, I just feel like they could be on the outside looking in, unfortunately. But Kendrick, thank you for the super. Thank you for your support. I'll say more than 4 runs over the next 3 games, which isn't exactly the most thrilling thing in the world. If they score 5 runs the next 3 days, that could result in 0 wins. If they score 5 combined runs over the next 3 games. Please support our partners. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. He could save you $750 on your insurance right now. Link down below. Mark's been with us since day 1. Title sponsor of the wrap-up show. Please support his business, auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. Link down below. Please support Will and Aura, ORA.organic. 30% off your first order by clicking that Build Your Routine button down below. Plant-based nutritional products. Will, like Mark, is a San Diegan, and so is Omar Sanchez. Let's get him to 100 Instagram followers right now if he's not already there. If you're watching on a replay, please go to Instagram, open it up, follow Omar Sanchez. The way to find him, loans.byomar. Search for loans.byomar. Please give him a follow. It's all we ask. Easy way to support this channel, and go to loansbyomar.com as well. Another late super here rolling in from our buddy Juan. Thank you, Juan. Oh, it's the curse break super, Jim.
Curse
We've had a few of
breaker
these over the year.
So hard.
Okay, remember we had that crazy run of supers one night when the Padres were losing. We're like, please just, how about a 5-2 stretch? And they won the next day, and then I think they lost again.
But then they went and lost 3 in a row.
So Juan says this. Juan's trying to break the curse with, this is my curse break since I didn't get to join it last time. Count it right now, please, Padres. Okay, so a curse break super from Juan. We did this like a month ago. Please. What is it? Please.
Please,
Blake Snell.
Please, for the
go
love of
6
God.
innings.
Please
Juan
go.
Soto. I want to see this. I want to see Juan Soto swing the bat and the ball hit the bat and then the ball go far.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Where
Please
the
go
fielder
5-1 over the next 6 games.
Yeah,
go
5-2. Give me 5-2 over 7.
Give me 5-2.
I'll take
5-2.
6. Give me 6-3 over 9. Okay.
Go 6-3 over your next 9 games. And
they'll
Juan
be
Soto hit a
good.
baseball. Juan Soto hit a baseball into the
Can Trent Grisham swing at a 2-strike pitch?
Well, that's asking for a lot.
I mean, what do you need to see? That's what we need to see. Thank you, Juan. Thank you again for everyone in the chat here tonight. There will be better days. Mama said there'd be days like this. She didn't say there'd be this many, unfortunately, but we'll see if the Padres can bounce back tomorrow. Mad Bum Snell, Friday night in the desert in front of 3,500 people.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's driving. Well, he's going to come off the bench. He's going to pinch hit in the 9th inning and run into a ball.
Yeah.
We're doing chants and spells now. Yeah.
Kinda.
We're doing chants and spells now. We are.
Yeah.
Join us tomorrow, guys. Please join us on San Diego Sports 760, 3 p.m. We'll vent with you. We'll help get you through it. Then we'll be back tomorrow night, wrap-up show right here on YouTube. Jim, get some sleep. We're fuming.